Hey guys, how's it going? It's Talon back again from TechMark, and today I'm going to do a review of the keyboard that's right behind me, the G.Skill KM780r. G.Skill does have another product called the KM780, and that just comes with a couple extra keycaps and another little feature which I'll talk a little bit about later. So let's actually just get into the review and jump right in.
So let's actually just start here with the quick overview of the mechanical keyboard. It has a brushed aluminum backplate as well as a metal tube that runs all the way around the edges of the keyboard, including the back and front. Now this calls for wonderful product durability and things like that. There's very little warp in the keyboard, and it is also a good base to attach the wrist rest that comes with it. And that makes for a wonderful segue into actually talking about the wrist rest. It is detachable, and it is quite comfortable to use. It does have a little bit of a rubberized texture on top of it, making it anti-slippery and all that stuff. However, I did find it to be a little bit small. So now is a good time to talk about the RGB lighting. Every key is individually lit, and each LED can display one of 16.8 million colors, so you have a lot of options there. Really, you can set these to do whatever you want. You can individually change them to do whatever. And the switch is actually Cherry MX standards, so these are legitimate Cherry MX switches made in Germany, and these are the Cherry MX Reds RGBs, so they've got the clear casing with the LED placed on top, so that prevents the LEDs from burning out so quickly. So the keyboard also has individual profiles, so you can change the backlighting that you have on a fly, and changing those profiles also changes the macros. So if you have macros set up to one profile, you'll have to be on that profile to use that macro, unless you have it set over to a different profile. So the keyboard also has dedicated multimedia buttons, so these are used to pause and play your music or audio or mute it altogether, as well as having a volume slider with a little cool indicator. However, I would have liked to see that indicator being RGB, but it's really not that big of a deal. Around back of the keyboard are a couple pass-throughs. You have a USB 2.0 as well as audio and microphone pass-throughs. I don't use the audio and microphone ones because I have my headset plugged directly into my TV for cable management reasons. However, it is nice to see this touch. It also has a little slider there to have full key or just standard 6-key rollover, so that's kind of nice to see as well. So now I would like to direct your attention to the upper left hand area of the keyboard. Those three buttons that are towards the center of the keyboard on screen now. From left going right, the Windows lock key is the furthermost one on the left, so that allows you to not hit the Windows key as you are gaming or something like that accidentally, which is something that I used to do all the time and be an issue for me. After that, you have the brightness adjustment button, which just cycles through one of 4 different brightness levels, and the 5th one being able to turn off the lighting altogether. And then right after that you have a little timer button, and you can set this up in the G.Skill software to go off after a certain amount of time after you press that button. So if you have limited game time, or you just have a timer to go and check on dinner or lunch or whatever it may be that you need to go check on, then the keyboard will let you know to do that without getting too absorbed in your game and forgetting what you were waiting for. Now also on the left of the keyboard you have your 6 dedicated G keys for setting up macros and things like that, and they are set to each profile that you have set up, so that's something also that is really nice to see on a keyboard. So guys, that just about does it for the review. I am going to go over kind of just a summary real fast here. Now this is my first mechanical keyboard, so I have no bias about switches or anything like that. However, the red switches, which are on this keyboard, I don't like them as much as I thought I would. I think maybe a brown or maybe even a blue would be better for me, considering I'm not gaming all the time. I'm more typing and searching and things like that. So I think maybe a brown hybrid or even a blue would be better for me, but that is just me personally. Overall, I absolutely love the product for it being my first keyboard. I absolutely love it. I've had a blast using it. It looks really nice, looks professional, and it also has a really unique design for the industry that it's in. Not many companies or anything like that even include a mouse, a bungee cable here, or a volume indicator, or even this little metal tube that runs around is something that I'm actually really a big fan of. I think it just gives it a really unique look, and that's something that I really do enjoy. There are a couple things that I don't like about it, one of them being the red switches, but that's not completely the keyboard manufacturer's fault. That's mostly my fault because I obviously ordered them. Also, this is coming at this is coming in at a very steep price point of $165 MSRP. However, I was able to pick it up on sale for $100, and really if you just look around, finding things on sale isn't really hard to do, especially if you check a whole lot of areas like I tend to do. So that's just something that I was able to get out of this keyboard. But for gaming, I love it. I love that it has macros. I love the customizability of the backlit colors and everything about it. I basically just love. I'm very pleased with the purchase that I made on it. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and drop a like. Also, as you can see behind me, I've got a little bit of a new desk setup than I had before. Maybe you caught a glimpse of it in my old video. It is kind of messy right now as I'm still kind of changing things around. If you guys do want to see a video on my new PC case and kind of what my rig is like, my monitor setup, everything like that, just leave a like or comment or whatever it is that you want to do to get my attention to do it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again next time.